How's it going? This is Hoiman, and today we're taking a look at S.H.Figuarts' Cure Moonlight figure. So you have a nice window to see the figure inside, and then it does continue to the top. And then the box is a nice purple and white color scheme. And then the sides you have nice pictures of the character and designs. And then legal stuff for the bottom. And then for the back you have various poses of the figure. And to open the box, just open the side flap and lift open the front cover. And there's the figure all together with her accessories. So first you do get instructions showing what the figure comes with and how to operate the accessories. So here's the actual figure, and overall my opinions on this figure are a little bit mixed. Overall the figure does look nice, but there are some quality control issues that I will get to in a bit, which kind of detract from the figure a bit. But for now the sculpt does look very nice, the likeness of the character does truly resemble her. And looking down at the outfit, it's very nicely sculpted. You can see all the ribbons here. And then the ribbon here is slightly flexible. And of course you have the glossy finish heart on the shoulder. And then the skirt itself is very nicely sculpted. You can see all the creases and folds in there. And then you can see all the darker tones of shades as well to really bring out the details. And moving down to her shoes, again are nicely sculpted. And then the paintwork is very nice and clean for the most part. And then onto her hair, which is probably the most eye-catching piece. So it's very nice and sharp, and it is a flexible material, so you don't have to worry about it breaking. And then you have the flowers on top here, and then the hair does go all the way to the back. Again, it's very nicely sculpted. You can see all the darker shades bring out the details. I think my main gripe with the figure is the legs. Like, I don't know why, but they just look really bow-legged. Like, they're really bent inwards and don't really appear that straight. And it just looks kind of awkward at certain angles, and it definitely makes her standing up really difficult. And most times she won't even stand, mainly because of the bow-legged and also the weight of the skirt. So she does pretty much require the stand that she comes with. But I don't know, there's just something about the legs, they just look really bent inward. And I've tried adjusting them to the side and stuff, but I don't know, they just still look quite awkward. And I'm not sure if that's the case with every figure, or if it's just mine in particular, but I don't know, it's just something about them, they just look really bent. And then other quality control issues are, I suppose, the wrist joint. They're really kind of loose on this figure for some reason. And the hands like to pop off easily, and this joint itself kind of separates a lot of the times. It's not that it's broken, it's just that it's kind of really loosely held together. So I have to constantly adjust it, and it can be a bit frustrating. And again, I'm sure it's not the case with every figure, but it's just mine in particular. And I suppose it's just my personal experience. But other than that, the rest of the figure is still very nice overall. So for articulation, the neck is on a ball joint, so she can look down about that much. And these parts of the hair are flexible, so it doesn't restrict it too much. And then she can look up that much, but of course the solid hair on the back does restrict it quite a bit. And then she can tilt her head side to side as well as twist. And then moving on to the back of the hair, this main piece here is a solid piece, but the two sides are connected by ball joints, so you can move those about however you want. So it does add some dynamic to the posing of the hair. And although it does stick out quite a bit, it's actually not too heavy for the figure, so it's not going to keep tilting her head back or anything. So that's nice. Moving on to the shoulder, it's on a ball joint, so you can move her arm around like so, and it's also connected by a hinge. You can bring her arm out to the side, and this piece of the shoulder pad is literally just connected between the ball joint and the torso, so that can move about freely as you move the arm. So you can move the arm forward, move the arm back as well. Has the bicep swivel as well as the single jointed elbow, quite a lot of range. And then like I already showed, she's got the ball jointed wrist. So for the torso, it's on a ball joint, so she can lean forward about that much, lean back about that much, lean side to side as well as twist. And then for the skirt, they're all solid pieces, but they are separated into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, and each piece is connected by a ball joint. So you can slightly move the skirt however you want, but for the most part, it's still going to restrict most of her leg articulation. So first, she does have a waist joint, which is on a ball joint, so you can move her legs about however you want, as well as twist. And then the hips are connected by ball joints, so she can kick about that far to the side, but like I already said, the skirt does restrict it a bit. She can kick forward very slightly, kick back about that much, and then she does have the thigh swivel, and then this piece of the skirt just dropped off. I suppose this can show the hip joint a bit better. But moving on, she has the single jointed knee, and then for the ankle, they're on ball joints. You can go back that much, forward that much, can lean side to side as well as twist. And I didn't mention this before, but this is actually quite an older figure in the line, so some of the joints and proportions can look a bit off, but for the most part, she's still a very nice looking figure. And I also forgot to mention that this is the very first Precure figure that I've ever bought. So of course there are some nostalgic connections to this figure, but it's just a bit unfortunate that she does have some QC issues, but for the most part she's still a very nice figure. Well, that's the figure. Let's take a look at the accessories. So for faces, she comes with a default smiling face, a natural staring face, a face with her eyes closed, and then an angry shouting face. For hands, she comes with a pair of open palmed hands, 2 fists, 2 chopping hands, 2 more open palmed hands, 1 hand to hold her weapon, another open palmed hand, and then 2 more styled posing hands. And then she also comes with an extra neck joint, which is the same joint but just without the hinge. And this is to help support her head. But like I already showed, the hair doesn't make her head back heavy or anything, so I don't feel this joint is really that necessary, but it's still nice that they included it. She comes with a Precure box. It's nicely sculpted and detailed. And then she also comes with a weapon. And even though it's small, there's a lot of detail here. It's nice glossy and finished paintwork, and then you have the translucent tip and also the translucent bar here with the colours inside, and then it can swivel as well, just like it does in the show. She also comes with a fairy, again nicely sculpted and detailed, and then the head is on a ball joint so you can move it around however you like. And then finally she comes with a display stand, which does have the character's name and some patterns, and then the stand itself. And like Rhys said, this figure pretty much requires the stand, so it's nice that they included it. So my final thoughts are, even though there are some QC issues, such as the weak wrist joints and also the bow-legged legs, overall this figure is still very nice looking, and like I already said, I'm not sure if the bow-legged is for every single figure or if it's just mine in particular, but it's just something to keep in mind of. But overall the sculpt is very nice, the paintwork is nice and clean, and then the representation of the character is very accurate. And if you're a fan of the character and the show, then I can highly recommend this figure still. Well, that's my review. Thank you for watching and enjoy some pictures.